hopefully now we are working. Hopefully. I really am hopeful that we're working now, because I had tried it, then it failed. It didn't work. None of you guys could see me live. I'm hoping now you can see me live. I've set up a new stream. I've pushed it live. Bada bing, bada boom. It should be working. How are you guys doing? I'm seeing the number count coming up now. So I'm guessing it has begun and we are live. So, guys, this is the Aftermath Live. Yes, Stoke City won. Manchester United won yesterday. And of course, Wayne Rooney's record-breaking goals. Record-breaking goal, Wayne Rooney. 250 for Manchester United. What an achievement for the lad that joined us all those years ago. And joined us, came to the club with such pressure on his head. He came with such, potential, but pressure. The pressure was on. Headlines every time he did something wrong. Headlines every time he did something right. The pressure was always on Wayne Rooney. And to see him come to the club, win every single trophy there is to be won at this club, whether it's the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, this, that, and the other. Verdant, thank you for letting guys know we're having a problem with the stream, but we are live now, so you should be able to see me. If you can't see me, Verdant, then you have a problem with the stream, because 56 other people can't see me. Maybe you need to just push yourself to the live part, and we'll see that there. So yeah, Wayne Rooney came here with such pressure, such potential. He's won every single trophy you can win, and now he's Manchester United's record goal scorer. The record goal scorer of this magnificent club, and also the record goal scorer for England as well. Brad Merkel says Rooney is a legend. Well, he says Rooney is legend, but we know what he means. And of course, we will go on to a little bit more about Wayne Rooney later on in the show. So stick with us for that. I'll be with you until about 6 o'clock UK time, which is about 45 minutes if you've just joined us now and you're sitting in another country and it's not 5:22 where you are. But yeah, this is the Aftermath Live, where we will discuss the game yesterday. At the end of the show, we'll talk about Wayne Rooney's record, and of course, we'll do the player ratings again. If you watched us last week, then of course, you'll know the player ratings is completely interactive. So I'll go through each player. I'll tell you what I think, and then you guys tell me what you think. You can try and change my mind, and then we'll give a list of the player ratings at the end. Me and you will have agreed on. And then once that's done, we'll check out who the top 3 players were, who the bottom 3 players were, and if it looks right. If you've seen the full-time Devils player ratings that I did yesterday with Andy Tate, Andy Tate's player ratings were wild, but he gave his reasonings for them, and I'm not going to argue with Andy Tate. Verdant can finally see us. Thank you, Verdant, for being with us from the start and having some patience while we were getting the stream working. It's silly. I scheduled a stream yesterday. I put the thumbnail in, I put the meta in, I put the title in. I get it ready for you guys, and then I come here now, set it up, and it doesn't work, so we have to start a new thing all over again. What was the point being prepared? Guys, though, we are here. We were shit, weren't we, Lennon? He says he loved the goal, but we were shit. And we really were poor yesterday. In the first half, I think it was epitomised by Juan Mata's performance in that first half. He had probably the worst 45 minutes I have seen from him ever. Henry Bread says Mata had a poor game, but he contributed too much to the club not to let him have a bad day. And I totally agree with that sentiment. Yes, it was a bad day for Juan Mata, but we have to stick by him. People have bad days. Manchester United have a bad day, and Juan Mata was one of them. And I think Juan Mata's performance in that first half epitomised Manchester United's performance for the first half. Nothing would go his way. Nothing would go his way. They get their one chance, cross into the box from Peters. It hits his toe, hits the hair, goes in. It's an own goal. And then straight up the other end, Zlatan Ibrahimovic sticks him in with a decent through ball. The goal is gaping. It's wide open. It's harder for him to miss than it is for him to score. And he manages to miss it somehow. He probably went at it with the wrong foot, to be honest. I would have let it come across my body and take it with my right foot. But who am I to tell Juan Mata about technique? He should have been burying it though. And somehow it stayed out of the goal. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But it could have been 1-1 in the first half. And if it was 1-1 in the first half, then United are going on and winning that game. Guys, we have over 100 people in this live stream at the moment. Thank you all for joining us, and hopefully that number will continue to climb as well. If you have friends that watch Full-Time Devils, watch myself on there, but aren't subscribed to Adam McKola TV, then of course let them know that Adam's got his own channel as well. Subscribe to it. Does some alright content on there. Of course, I don't put as much effort as the Full-Time Devils guys do into their videos, and producer Chris is an absolute soldier, but I am starting to put a lot more effort into this channel now. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're here for the first time, or you've been here a few times and you never have hit that sub button. Thank you very much. So let's talk about Juan Mata's first half performance. Was that his worst performance in a Manchester United shirt? That own goal, that miss, everything was wrong with it. What do you guys think? Get your comments in below on that one. Right then, Pogba had a bad day against Liverpool. We can let him off. And so did Mata against Stoke. That's when other players need to step up, says Naeem Muddin. Thank you, mate. Rashford changed the game, says Tommy Rubble. Shared the link on Twitter. Nice one, Rayan. Where do you get your bomber jacket from? Which bomber jacket? Is this a bomber? This ain't a bomber jacket, is it? This is just a Puma jacket. Andy Tate was quality on Snapchat. He was funny on Snapchat, weren't he? Thank you for sharing the stream, guys. Thank you very much. I love all of you. Think Marshall could have made a difference, asks Matt. I do think he would have made a difference, yeah. Obviously, Rashford did make a difference when he came on as well. But when we start with Mata, Mkhitaryan and Zlatan Ibrahimovic in a front three, it's hard to argue with that selection. I think the selection may have been wrong in midfield. I think Marouane Fellaini wasn't bad in the first half. But something that Paul from United Rantcast has said before and a few times, when Marouane Fellaini plays, it's an opportunity cost. So we miss out on other players playing in that position who may be better than him. So yeah, it was maybe a poor team selection. I think we missed Michael Carrick an awful lot. The next career mode episode is up tomorrow, Javan. I'm apologising now for that not being up on Friday. I had a mad week. It was busy. I didn't have much sleep, and I just couldn't do it. So yeah, I will do that for you guys tomorrow. But yeah, first half performance wasn't great. But then when you look on it, on the other hand, Stoke City scored and they didn't even have a shot on target. They were awfully lucky. So whilst Manchester United seemed to dominate possession, look great going forward, and then we got to the final third and we just all seemed to go wrong. So even though Man United had that, Stoke didn't do much. So although it was a bad day, Stoke didn't do much. And I think they were lucky to be ahead. Very, very lucky to be ahead. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Second half, it's much, much better for Manchester United. I think just before we scored, Jesse Lingard cracked one off the bar. It was a great effort. Mata missed a sitter. Yeah, Shanjan, we did talk about that a little bit earlier on in the stream. Juan Mata, was it his worst 45 minutes? Ahus says Mata on the wing means no pace or penetration. I do agree, and that's why he's better used when he is in that number 10 role. So yeah, Chelsea have scored apparently, says Arsalan. Costa has scored on his return. So yeah, second half, we made substitutes. We brought on Rashford, we brought on Jesse Lingard, and we brought on Wayne Rooney. Second half was a little bit better. Bean says he has to stop playing Blind at left back and centre back. He's the only one we got to fill in for Carrick. I do agree about him playing at central midfield, but I think at left back it was nice to have him back there at left back yesterday. I do like Daley Blind there at left back when we're not playing with Luke Shaw there at left back. I just think we missed something going forward when Darmian starts at left back. But I do like Daley Blind. I think he's a quality player. He's a very, very intelligent player. And I think he could play in that central midfield position. You just said you didn't want him at centre half. So I guess me saying play him at centre half by accident probably gave you a little bit of a heart attack. I do apologise. So yeah, Rashford came on, changed the game. He came on with about 30 minutes left to go. We just didn't get the ball out to him enough. I thought it was the same thing with With against Liverpool, Anthony Martial was running at that Trent Arnold-Alexander lad, who had a decent game to be fair to him, but Martial was scaring him. And Anthony Martial had some luck against him, kept going forward, kept going forward, kept going forward. And then we just stopped giving him the ball. It just didn't make sense. Why did we stop giving Anthony Martial the ball? He seemed to be having so much joy. And then with Marcus Rashford as well, he had so much joy when he came on. We stopped getting the ball out wide to him. It was really, really annoying. Luke Shaw is a big miss, says Tommy Rubble. He is a big miss, and I hope we get him back fit. Jose Mourinho, though, did say he was going to play in one of the cup matches. I can't remember which one it was. It may have been Reading. And on the morning of that, he was ill. So he's just had a little bit of setbacks. Every time he seems to get a game where he can get his fitness up, he'd get a little setback. So that's been a little bit annoying. Shinju Young, evening. Thank you for joining us. Lennon Fales still laughing at Liverpool from yesterday. That was a great result for Swansea, wasn't it? But again, very frustrating. Had we beaten Liverpool last week, beaten Stoke, we'd be above them right now. So annoying. So annoying. But at the moment, look, we've dropped 4 points in the last couple of weeks. We are still only 6 points off second position. Now, of course, when you think, if only we won our games, we'd be 2 points off second spot. But we are only 6 points off second position. So it isn't too bad. It is achievable. I think the league title's gone now. And that's why I was so disappointed after that game against Liverpool, because whilst our title hopes were very, very small, I thought if we won that game against Liverpool, we come into this Stoke game with a completely different mentality. And we do seem to have a chance then of hunting down those teams above us. And maybe Chelsea eventually would be looking back and thinking, United can come after them. That's done now. I think it's all about top four. That's not a problem because we have made progress this season. But I do like our season keeping going. You know, I like it to have that little bit of intensity, that little bit of hope that we can do something. Otherwise, it just gets boring. Bean says, Adam yesterday showed you right about Valencia. He puts in a lot of crosses, but most to no one. And poor execution. I think we gave Valencia too much ball. Yeah, he gets forward fantastically well. He's got great pace. I wish he'd use his strength and his pace more to scare and bully defenders. But some of his final delivery is not good enough for me. And it needs to be better. Having said that, whilst I do still believe that, having said that, Pogba would have had more assists this season as well if people had finished their chances. So, you know, you have to rely on people putting things away and being in positions to put things away. Over 130 people in here at the moment. Thank you guys for joining us. Keane says, will we finish above Manchester City? Now, if we finish above anyone, I think it'll be Liverpool, Arsenal or Manchester City or a few of them. So those are the teams you're hoping. I think Chelsea and Tottenham will definitely get top four this season. Have you ever seen Gerrard win the league? I haven't. Thank you for asking. The draw was frustrating, but the 1 point gained might be mighty important come May, says Sushant. That's very true. And of course as well, with us getting that goal towards the end, it keeps that unbeaten run going. We haven't lost since November the 3rd, which is a great run. Too many draws amongst that, but it's a great run and it shows that mentality Jose Mourinho has instilled into the team. Hi Charles, thank you for joining us. VJ, thank you for joining us. Thank you for getting involved in the comments. We won't if we carry on drawing, says Calabat. Very true. We need to be turning these draws into wins. But last season I would have been surprised if we got anything out of that game. How is it we haven't won at Stoke since 2013? That's fucking frustrating, man. Pardon my French. What else have we got here to talk about? Wayne Rooney. Right, now it's time to talk about Wayne Rooney. We've got almost 150 people in here at the moment. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching me on the playback a little bit later on today, then thank you for joining us. I got some people saying, this ain't live. How can I comment? No, guys, if you would have been live if you watched when it was live. Obviously, it's not live once it's been added onto the channel and produced as a video to playback. It does say streamed 6 hours ago and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Crazy people in the comments. But I do love you guys all the same. Do you think Martial would have put away that Rashford chance as Travis? Hard to say. Martial has missed chances as well. I think Rashford could have done with taking an extra touch just before he shot. But it wasn't far off, was it? It wasn't far off at all. So Wayne Rooney, I think you can say United were poor yesterday, but we had the chances to win. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt us too much and we can still manage to squeeze into that top four. But the title race is over for me. Nothing's happening on that front, in my honest opinion. Wayne Rooney, I think the first half was summed up by Mata's performance, the own goal and the missed chance. The second half was summed up by Wayne Rooney's fantastic free kick. That was a fantastic free kick. I saw some people discussing on social media whether he meant it or not. Of course he meant it. Look at the way he whipped it. And look at his body shape. Look at the eyes on the ball. And then looking up. And also, when he crosses the ball, he seems to put his foot under it to like kind of get a little bit of height on it. He doesn't give it that whip when he crosses the ball. That was a definite shot. And it was a fantastic goal. Wayne Rooney, 250 for Manchester United's fate. Mallow says Wayne Rooney, a United legend. Now, look. I dislike Wayne Rooney for what he'd done in 2010 when he wanted to force a move to Manchester City. I thought that was disrespectful to the club. I think at the time he was kind of right in the sense that Manchester United weren't showing ambition. But ultimately, I think it was wrong for him to hold the club to an ultimatum against our fiercest rivals, against a side that was getting more money, against a Manchester United team that had been fighting in Champions League finals and stuff like that. Yes, whilst the Glazers were giving in a chronic lack of underinvestment into the club, and Wayne Rooney was right for saying we weren't competing in financial terms with other teams. I think he went about it the wrong way, and I'd always lost a little bit of respect for Wayne Rooney over that Manchester City whole thing in 2010. I think what people say in 2012-13 when Fergie and himself had a falling out, I don't think Wayne Rooney wanted to leave or handed a transfer request in then, so I don't think you can hold that against him. But 2010, I do hold against him, and I think he was massively wrong for that. But you cannot hold that against him when you take into consideration his achievements at this club since he has come to this club. Because he has won it all. He's won the Premier League countless times. He's won the Champions League. He's been in another couple of finals. He's scored in one of those finals against one of the best Barcelona teams ever. Against one of the best football teams ever. It's unfortunate we didn't win one of those Champions Leagues, but he has won the lot at Manchester United, the FA Cup being the final piece to that. And now for him to be our top club goal scorer, you cannot say he is not a legend. It just doesn't... If he's not a legend, then who is? Then who is? Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's not, then who is? Because he's your top goal scorer and he's won every trophy. Now, some people don't like Sir Bobby Charlton. Touted tickets in the past. He's still a legend. Roy Keane once threatened to walk out of the club for a bigger contract. I remember back in the day that happened. He's still a legend. Paul Scholes once refused to play in a League Cup game. He's still a legend. So, players, will always have discrepancies in their times at a club, especially if they play 20, 30 years. I mean, if you work in a job for 20, 30 years, you're going to have arguments with your employees and with your other staff. So, I think those kind of things happen. You've got to get over them. I don't forgive him for 2010. I don't forget that at all. But he is a Manchester United legend. There is no arguing that at all. Legend. Simple. It's silly to argue otherwise, in my opinion. You can have your opinion on him. You can say I don't like him for what he's done. That's cool. But he's still a United legend. He goes down in the history books. That record could be there forever. So you're just saying, our record goal scorer don't mean shit. Come on, man. You just can't say... It's silly because then that will basically makes our club look shit. If our top goal scorer ain't shit, then what are we? Do you know what I mean? Madness. Almost 150 people in here at the moment. Thank you all for joining me. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. What we're going to do now is hit up. We've got a cop-out in here who's saying, how does it feel to know a Scouser is your all-time goal scorer? Well, what I would say is before him, it wasn't a Mank. So who cares? How does it feel to know a Scouser knocked you off your perch? Remember that? No. 19. No, it's 20. 20 times. Alright, cheers, mate. Player ratings we'll go to next. Let's answer a few of your questions. I'm not prank calling anyone. It's not that time. It's not that time. It's not that time. Right, before we go into some of these questions, I know at least 10 of you, 150 people are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button right now. Hit it. Hit it. Darren Fletcher's a legend, says Henry Bird. Did you see his goal yesterday, by the way, guys? Did you see his goal? What a goal that was by Darren Fletcher, the football genius. What a goal. What a goal. VJ thinks Rashford will break the record. Now, you got to think this record has stood for an awful, awful long time. An awful long time. So, you know, I would love to see Rashford break it. When Wayne Rooney came to this club, I would never have thought he would become our all-time top goal scorer. I think it would be unfair to someone to say, Rashford, you need to go and break that record now, mate. You know how much pressure that is putting on somebody. You have to be consistent for 10 plus years, just like Wayne Rooney has. Yes, he's had some bad years, particularly in the last 2 or 3. But so are Manchester United. And, of course, Wayne Rooney's mileage as well, I think you've got to take into consideration. The mileage on his clock is incredible. Just Love Football says, how good is Herrera? I thought in the first half he wasn't great, but in the second half he improved. He always puts an awful lot of work into there. So that's great. You are aiming for the 100k subscribers, says Brad Angelina. That would be nice, but it's just nice to get more subs in it. At the moment, we're on about 27k. So next stop, 30, then 50, then 100, then a milli maybe. But let's take it one step at a time. There's no need to go crazy. If I wanted to do subs, if I wanted to boost my subs massively, I'd do some stupid clickbaity videos. But let's not go there right now, hey? We can make it there. Just making honest content, some good content, some regular, consistent, funny, informative debate content, can't we? Can't we? And it's not just going to be football on here. We've got FIFA videos coming up, obviously every Friday, apart from this Friday, but I'll get that up tomorrow for you guys, I promise. And loads more as well. I've got some things in the pipeline, so keep it locked for that. Check out the United Road podcast as well, at United Road Pod on Twitter, United Road podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Make sure you get subscribed to that. It's with myself, Bolt and Scribs from Filthy Fellas, and of course Margs as well, Mashtown Margs. So go and check that out. Overtino mentions Goncalo Guedes. Now I've honestly never heard of him. So I've been asked this a few times today, but I have never ever heard of him. So yeah, that's my thought on that one. What's the Chelsea score? It's still 1-0. The second half is just kicked off. Unless that's injury time. There was a massive injury to someone in there. Hope he's okay. I think it was Ryan Mason. So hopefully he gets back. Speedy recovery, Ryan Mason. Rooney's a top away goal scorer in Premier League history, says Tommy Rubble. He is indeed. Was it with 84? Adam, what are your views on Angel Gomez and Buffon? Do you think they'll get a break under Mourinho? I think it's hard to put a lot of pressure on players. I mean, look at Ravel Morrison. Arguably one of the best players to ever play in our academy. And he just never ever developed. Obviously, things are his own problem, but he never developed. So I think, whilst I'm not saying Angel Gomez and Buffon have those problems that he obviously had, I think it's unfair to put heavy pressure on them. But I think they have definite potential. It's great to watch him play. And hopefully to continue to develop at Manchester United. You hear about links with Angel Gomez to Real Madrid and Barcelona, and their scouts watching him, and that doesn't surprise you at all because he's massively talented. 250. Sorry, Rooney is a legend. Said 250 goals at one club. Mate, I'm trying to read your comment. That was Raphael Boyd. And then someone else says Chelsea's running away with the title. Anthony Marshall will leave. Adam, as yesterday was fully fit and did not get in the squad. He was amazing, potentially being wasted at Manchester United. Apparently, Jose Mourinho did hint that he was rested ahead of the game with Hull. Hopefully, that's not a huge issue. Adam, say I love City if I love you. Huh? I don't know what you're trying to hint at there. But we have nearly got 150 people in here, so keep it sharing, keep the comments coming in. And now, after the Wayne Rooney chat that we just had, let's head on to player ratings now. I've got my list here. This is the time where I get my trusted red pen out that I stole from Rosso Restaurant. Thank you, Rio Ferdinand, for the free pen. Now we're moving on to player ratings. Now, if you didn't see this last week, what we did was we had a little chat about the game, which we've already done. We had a little chat about Wayne Rooney, Juan Mata's performances, brief chat about Valencia's performances and other stuff like that. Guys, you can get your questions in at the end. So after we do this player ratings, get your questions in at the end. I'll do a 5-minute question and answer session at the end. So make sure you, Mr. Sarridge, I'm sorry if you're high as fuck, man, but you know, these things happen. I'll chill out a little bit in a minute. It's going to get interactive now anyway, so you wake up, yeah? Put the zoot down. Get a drink. Chill out. Let's talk player ratings. I want you to be interactive now, yeah? For 10 minutes of your time, and then we'll have a Q&A, and then we are done. Firstly, we're going to start with David De Gea, and then we're going to work out our top 3 and bottom 3 players. Are you ready to do this, guys? Are you ready? I need 10 readies in the questions, in the comments, and then we're going to go. Come on. 10 comments in the comments. Ready, 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 ready. Verdant, the stream's going to go on for about another 10 to 20 minutes. Football Boots Review says Rooney is a legend. I have to go, Adam. I'm sorry I've failed you. Henry Bread, you have failed me, mate. You have failed me. How could you do this to me? How could you do this? I'll see you again next time, though. Yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you do head out of here. Thank you for joining me. Right, player ratings. We're going to get stuck into this stuff now, yeah? I'll stop checking my ACA. We're going to start from the back with David De Gea in goal. David De Gea in goal. Now, partly to blame, maybe, for Mata's own goal, or was it his own goal? So David De Gea, we've got, I'm going to say a 6. Or am I being harsh? Am I being harsh on David De Gea? What do you think? Get your ratings in for David De Gea. At the moment, we are at a 6. But you guys in the comments can persuade me otherwise. Rayan says 7.0 for David De Gea. See you later, Henry. Thank you for joining us shortly, even though you did skank us. And Do 1 6.5 says Tommy. 7 says Anthony. 8 says Chelsea. Rayan says 7. Mr. Savage 7. Pierre 6.5. 6.3 says Arshalad. 7 says Lennon. Shinju Young says 5. 7 Rohan. 8 Red Devil for Life. Big Dave 6.5. There's an awful lot of 7s and 8s. I'm not giving him an 8. He doesn't deserve an 8. We're getting a few 6s now from Verdant and Aryan, who are saying 6. Don't be harsh, Adam says Efley on A. 6.5 says Lennon. Pranish 6. Sakib 6. 2 for De Gea says Shinju Young. You just said 5 a minute ago, mate. What the hell are you going on about? 6.5 for Tommy Rabble. Have you got anything guided? 6.5. 7 says Mental Jewish. I think. Oh, Verdant says 6 is proper. Verdant's been a trustee in this as well. So at the moment, we've got a 6 to a 7. There's loads of 7s in here at the moment. Abhishek Das is responsible for most of them. But I think we're going to give him a 6.5 for Dave the Save. 6.5 for David De Gea. Pranav, you said 6.5. Lennon said 6. Mike said 6. And a whole load of you said 6s and 7s and 8s. So I think for me to go from 6 to a 7 is okay. In between 6.5 for Dave the Save. Right, Antonio Valencia at right back. Now me, I'm going with another 6 here. I'm going to go with another 6. As mentioned earlier, his crossing wasn't great. He wasn't bad though. He was okay. I think if you get a 7, you've played very well. You've played very well if you get a 7. Did Valencia play very well? Did he? What do you guys think? Shkado says 7. Good lad says Tommy. I think that's about the 6.5 for De Gea. 8.5 for Valencia. Simon Bennett says 5. 7 is fair for Tony V. good game, not amazing. 8, are you mental, mate? 6, defo. 8, 6.5, 7.5, 6, 8, 6.5, almost 7. 7. How can someone say almost 7? Are you serious? Adam, go to Specsavers, says Sergio. 6.5, says Chris. 6.5, 6.5, 6, 7. 6 or 6.5 again, says Arsenal. He did a left foot cross or 10 or so. Right. I think, yeah. You know what? Because of Sohail's comments and because a lot of you have said 7, I'm going to give Valencia a 7. Now, someone commented, sorry, I forgot your name because it moved quite quickly. Someone commented 7 because he gave 100%. Now, listen, you do not get 7 ratings for giving 100%. You do not. You do not. You do not get 7 ratings for giving 100%. I would give 100%, but I'd probably get a 2 rating or a 1 rating because I'm shit. Do you know what I mean? Well, I'm not shit, but I'm not a professional footballer. Right. But then, guys, do you remember their goal? Valencia let the cross go in. He shouldn't have done that. So, from that 7, Valencia's getting knocked back down to a 6.5. A 6.5 for Valencia. So Dave the Save and Tony V are both on 6.5. A lot of you said 7. Suhail said, yes, lad. Listen, 6.5 because I remembered about the goal. I remembered about that goal. Kanishk says 6.5. Bastion would get 1,000%. We have Fellaini, he gives 100. He does give 100. Tom Cleverley used to give 100%. You would get a 12. Yep. Mata let the runner go. Yes, but Valencia let the cross in. It was weak. So 6.5. Now we're going on to Chrissy Smalling. I don't think he had a great game, to be totally honest with you. I would tend to give him a 5 or a 6. But you guys, Lennon Fail, you get a 10 because you're subbed and you don't miss a vid. Obvious, isn't it? Adam is Gaz homo. He's not, no. Not that there's anything wrong with it. He's absolutely not homo. So yeah, that's that one sorted. Right, Smalling. 6, I'm saying. 6. 6 for Smalling. 5, says Arsalan. 5, 5, 5. At the moment, it's a 5. There's an awful lot of 5 coming in. 5, 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I think this one's settled. This one's settled. Mr. Savage coming with a late 4.5. But I think Mikey Smalling gets a 5 because that one's settled. Yep, thank you guys for getting your comments in. We're moving on quickly now to Jones, who I thought was a little bit better than Smalling. I'd probably give Jones a 6.5 as well. What do you guys think for that? Does Jonesy get the same rating as David De Gea and Valencia? Comments in the comments section below. Can you say what players it is when you're typing in your comments as well? Because I think eventually I'm going to get a little bit confused because some of you might be delayed on the stream and you're going to give the wrong thing. So at the moment we got DDG on a, can you see that? David De Gea on a 6.5, Valencia on a 6.5, and of course Smalling on a 5. Jonesy's on a 4, says Pierre. 4! It was better than Smalling. 7, says St. Colombo. Kanishka's 7. Charles Phillips is 6.5. Jones was solid. 7, 7, 7. How many chances did they have? 6.5. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Whoa, 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 whoa. I shouldn't. Oh, shit. Is the Candyman going to appear or something now I've said that? No. That would have been if I said his name 3 times. Say my name 3 times like Candyman. What's the next line, guys? What's the next line? I'm giving Jones a 7, by the way. But if you guys know the next line to that, you're absolute legends. Jones has got a 7. You've all persuaded me to give Jones a 7. Thank you very much. And next up, it's Bailey Blind. Bailey Blind. Bailey Blind. Next. I'm going to give him a 6.5. I thought he got forward quite well in the first half. Had a shot that he could have probably done better with. Jones 8 Tate's rating is spot on. He did give Mata a 7 or something like that, didn't he? Which was crazy. I think Mata wouldn't have even given himself a 7. But somehow, Andy Tate did. You also give Fellaini a... actually, you know what? You like go watch that after this. I'm not going to tell you all his ratings. United for Life says 2 out of 10 for Blind. Daily Blind 8 says Jordan. 5 for Blind says Shinju Young. 4. Yeah! Someone got the bar! Fall on your ass like I never let you. Who was that? Saint Columbo. Me and him are on the same wavelength, you know. Blind 7. Charles says 7. Ryan says 7. Blind was shit 6. 7.5 says Chris. Blind was awful says United for Life 6. Blind is an ugly matter like you, Adam. Nah, is that how you're going on, mate? Get out. Get out. How dare you have an opinion? Right. Blind's getting a 6.5. You lot have persuaded me not to go too high with Daily Blind. That is not a Dutch pun. So 6.5 for Daily Blind. And fuck you lot if you disagree with that, because you lot have helped me give that opinion. Now we're moving on to the midfield. How do you guys think the midfield played overall? Get your comments in below and what you thought the midfield should be in the next game as well. In the next league game, we've obviously got 2 cup games coming up with Hull and of course with Wigan. Hopefully a break from Premier League action. We can freshen up the squad a little bit as well. Could Timothy Fosu-Mensah get a start? Martial get a start? Rashford get a start? It'd be great to see them guys get a start. But the midfield that started against Stoke was Fellaini, Pogba and Herrera. We're going to start with Marouane Fellaini's rating first. I'm going to give Fellaini a 6. Don't think he was great. I don't think he was bad. But again, an opportunity cost, as United Rantcast Paul put it so perfectly. I'm going to go with a 6 for Fellaini. What do you guys think? Midfield was dead average as Anthony Evelyn, which is reflective in my my rating for him. Actually, let's do the midfield like this. Look, so let's do this. Fellaini, Pogba, Herrera. Yeah, Herrera 8. His work rate is unbelievable. Again, I don't think you should get an 8 for work rate. I think Herrera's first half was poor. I love Herrera. He's my favourite player. His first half was poor. His second half was better. I'd give him a 5 for his first half, a 6-7 for his second half, which would mean an overall 6 for Herrera. I would give Fellaini a 7 or a 6 for his first half because I thought he was okay, but in the second half he wasn't great, so I'd give him an overall 6. And Pogba, I thought he was okay. He tried a little bit too hard, particularly in the second half, but he was not bad, not great, not bad. So another 6. So in the midfield, are we going 6-6-6? Sign of the devil? Oh shit, I've said it again. No! Are we going 6-6-6? Pierre says 5 for them all. Midfield 3. Do you mean the midfield 3 get a 3? Or what do you mean? Herrera 6.5, 8.5. Anthony and David, bro, just contradicting each other straight away. Herrera for captain says Suhail. That'd be a nice one in the future. Fellaini 10. Someone's trolling us. Herrera 7, Pogba 6, and Fellaini 5.5. Said someone. Fellaini 5, Herrera 7, Pogba 6. Says Ryan. 6.5. Guys, sorry if I don't read your names out, but do bear in mind I am seeing your comments coming through, so thank you for keeping them coming through. Right, we're gonna go with 6-6-6 for those guys right there. Right. Mkhitaryan, Mata, Zlatan. That's the front 3. That is the front 3. Remember, the midfield got a 6-6-6, which I think a lot of you would agree on. That is okay. It's not too bad, is it? 6-6-6 for the midfield. Yuzuan says Fellaini 6, Herrera 6, Pogba 6. Pogba shit 5, says Abhishek. Fellaini 3.14 says... one sec. I was just checking the data on my phone because what I did was, yeah, I didn't connect to Wi-Fi because the 4G was stronger today, so I used that to make sure we didn't come off. 7-6-6 says Jabia with the 7 coming for Fellaini. Again, I think we've settled on a 6-6-6. Mr. Savage, thank you for joining us, mate. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Matt at 4 says Chelsea. I think Matt's rating's fair, you know, 4. What do you guys think of that? Me and Chelsea agree at the moment with a 4. Matter 2 says Verdant. Matter 5 says Jabir. 3 for Zlatan says Samson. Sohel says they all did fuck all. Mickey 6, Zlatan 5.5. I think Mkhitaryan was one of the better players in the second half. I'd probably give him a 6.5 for Mkhitaryan. I'd give a Zlatan a 5 because I don't think he was great. And I'd give Matter a 4. Are you guys going to change my mind? Pader says 3 for Matter, 5 for Zlatan, 6 for Mickey. We're kind of close on that one, except you gave Matter a lower score. Mickey 7.5, Ibra 6, Matter 4, says Tommy Rubble. Matter 5, doo-doo. Doo-doo. Matter 5, doo-doo. Mac, you reckon we in for the title chase, says Yusuf. No, but what we'll do up Joe O'Neill absolutely killing me in the comments. But basically, what we'll do after we've done the player rating. Joe, stop it! Your comments keep catching my eye and infiltrating me subconscious. Right! Mkhitaryan's Matter and Zlatan are the next one's getting rated, and then at the end we're gonna do the subs, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a Q&A right at the end. Mickey T2 Sugars. Mkhitaryan 6.5. Is anyone happy with that? No one deserves above 6.5. Says Pierre. Jones got a 7 then. So are you disagreeing with that? Because Jones is our most highly rated player at this moment in time. We obviously haven't gone to Wayne Rooney, who's on the bench. Matter 4.5, Mickey 6. Yo, Gadget Boy Gamer. Thanks for commenting, mate. Zlatan 7, Abhishek. What game did you watch? Right. Confirmation. I think having seen all of your player ratings, yeah. I'm going 4.5, 6.5. Zlatan was a bit quiet, says Lennon. Maka, will we win the League Cup? I think so. But let's not talk too soon just yet. Southampton or Liverpool could be difficult in the final if we get beyond Hull. Got a second leg against them coming up, obviously. Now we're on to the subs. But firstly, a little bit of a recap, right? A little bit of a recap. So, our highest rated players at the moment, Phil Jones on 7. David De Gea, Blind, and Mkhitaryan all have 6.5. So you got that? David De Gea, Valencia, Blind, and Mkhitaryan 6.5. And then Jones is on a 7. Lowest rated player, Mata on a 4. Smalling on a 5. Keegan! We'll get to the Q&A. Don't worry, baby. We're chilling. I'm drinking Coke out of a Copperberg glass, for those wondering. Rashford, Rooney, Lingard. Rashford, I think, gets a 7 from me. Lingard gets a 6. Hit the bar with that shot, but apart from that, didn't do much when he came on. His energy did help, though, but he still just gets a 6. And Rooney gets an 8. For that goal alone, he would have got a 10, but his performance was okay as well. Rooney gets an 8 for me. You scoring that goal in the 95th minute to break the record, you're getting an 8. So, have Rashford and Rooney. Thank you, Lennon. So at the moment, yeah, this is the team. This is the top 3. Rooney, 8. Rashford and Jones. Jones! Always believe in Phil Jones. Although, to be fair, I didn't believe in Phil Jones at one point. Smalling, 5. Zlatan, 5. So, is this right, guys? Were Rooney, Rashford and Jones our best players? And was Zlatan, Smalling and Mata our worst players? Have we got it right today, guys? Have we got it right? Get your comments in below. We're going to move on to the question and A very shortly, but just a quick recap on those player ratings. The player ratings are as follows. David De Gea on a 6.5. Valencia, 6.5. Smalling, 5. Jones, 7. Blind, 6.5. Fellaini, 6. Pogba, 6. Herrera, 6. Mkhitaryan, 6.5. Juan, the special one, Mata, gets the lowest score with a 4. And Zlatan gets a 5. Rashford, Rooney, Lingard, who came on as substitutes in the second half. Rashford gets a 7. Lingard gets a 6. And Wayne Rooney, the captain who scored his 250th goal for this beautiful, magnificent club, gets a 8. Which means our bottom 3 players are Zlatan with a 5, Smalling with a 5, Mata with a 4, and the top 3, Rooney with an 8, Rashford with a 7, and Jones with a 7. Did we get it right or what, guys? Did we get it right? Did we? Did we get it right? Yes, we did get it right. The comments are happy. I'm happy. We are done with the Aftermath Live for today. But before I go, we're going to hit up some of the comments. Now, some of you have left me. We're down to 100 people here, going up and down, up and down, up and down. But what we're going to do, yeah, is have a little Q&A for 5 minutes. So, you've got me here for 5 minutes. Let's talk football. Manchester United, the title race, the Premier League, Spanish League. What do you want to know about? Let's have a little chat right now on Adam McKola TV. When will United win the league again, says Mizan? If I had to guess, I'd say next season. Lennon and St. Columbo say yes, bang on. Mizan says no, I got it wrong. Ramzo's going. He says adios. 10 out of 10 for Adam, says Vedant. Thank you. Realistically, where are we finishing? I think 3rd or 4th at this moment in time would be realistic for me, and I would love for that to come true. At least just for this season. Of course, I want to win the league, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Pierre says Luke Shaw with a double question mark. As I mentioned earlier, Jose Mourinho confirmed that Luke Shaw was going to play against Reading, got an injured. So hopefully, we're not doing it again. We're not starting again. Sorry, Leonard. And he got injured. Well, he had the flu before he could play in that game against Reading on the day of the game. Now, we've got 2 cup games with Hull. Verdant, I'd love to do a collab with Tobe Jizzle, but he is quite a big YouTuber. Will he do a collab with little old me? Probably not. I've done a fan cam with him though, Full Time Devils, which you can probably go and check out. And he's usually very, very sound. Top guy is Tobe Jizzle. Yeah, so where was I? What was I talking about? Shout out from Nigeria. Biz, Charles, shout out to Nigeria. I need to hit up Africa one day. I really do want to go there. Shout out from India, says Nigel. I have been to India. Who does my hairstyle? I do it myself. I pay about £2 for Dax, and I pay about £7 for my haircut, and that's what goes down. I've got my own beard trimmer. Self-groomed? Kind of. How long do you think Jose will stay? I'd say 5 years. 5 years minimum, I think. I think he'll be here for a little bit. Simon Bennett. Will we ever see producer Chris on Full Time Devils? No. Sometimes you get to see him by accident because of we use this gyro. Watching it at midnight in India. Thank you for the dedication. We've got this gyro, which is like a self stick, but it's not a self stick. It's for filming, so the shot's always straight and always perfect. And sometimes it goes bizarre and it starts shaking and stuff, and it spins around and gets him. So sometimes you catch him on a live stream. Shout out from New York. I'll be there for the Watford game. Caleb, absolute quality, mate. Hope to see you there. Shout out from Malaysia. Thank you for joining us. You think Rooney's performances deserve a start, says Nemo? No, I think he's rolling the team at the moment. It's quality now. If he starts against Hull or he starts against Wigan at the weekend, then that's absolutely fine. But, yeah, man, I don't mind him being on the bench. £7 for a haircut. Yes, you heard right, Verdant. None of that gas stuff, spending 20, 30 quid on an haircut. I ain't got time for that shit, man. When will Wazza get his next hair transplant? I'm not too sure. Jordan, thank you for watching. Swish, I do not live in Manchester. I know someone's going to comment now. Typical out of town red. So what? I go to most of the games. Do something about it. Janazai sold in the summer, says Nigel. Probably not. Am I Asian? My father his heritage is India. So Indian heritage, rather. That made absolutely no sense. He is born here, though. So that's fine. Pogba, the type of guy to sue for his brother versus Sanetin and get sent off for a little bit of banter. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Are you watching Hull? I'm not. I turned the TV off. I was watching it and then I turned it off when we went live. I didn't want to get distracted by the television. Singapore have a lot of Manchester United fans. I am aware of that as well. I do need to make a trip to Nigeria. I would love to go out there. I was planning on going to Africa because my cousin, who's from England, is currently living out in Kenya, in Mombasa, and I wanted to go visit him. I know that's not Nigeria, but that was the time I was planning to go to Africa So hopefully I can do something then. But guys, thank you for joining us. It has been absolutely epic here on Adam McKola TV with all of you guys in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Adam McKola TV. Like, comment, and share. I'll be back with more content during the week. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Have a good weekend. Well, for the rest of it. And, of course, enjoy your Monday. See you later.